Welcome to another edition of the Sports Roundup. I am your host, Brandon Glogau, and today we are joined by Raiquan Clark. Raiquan Clark, an LIU Brooklyn graduate. He made the LIU basketball team as a walk-on, and he left there as a Northeast Conference champion, and he's the all-time scoring leader at LIU. Raiquan, how you doing? Good to see you again.
I'm good. How are you doing? It's nice to see you as well.
I'm doing great. So I mentioned how you made the team as a preferred walk-on. How many people were trying out to make that final spot when you made the team?
So actually, when we all got there, the team was already set. So it wasn't really anybody having to make a spot or the final roster spot. The team was set. We had two preferred walk-ons, and then everybody else was scholarship players. Oh, no, matter of fact, we had three preferred walk-ons. So it was me, Mitch, and Mark. That was the preferred walk-ons.
Now, you say 46% of Division I athletes are walk-ons. Obviously, playing time is extremely limited. And then in that year, you just played in one game and played in 2 minutes. But you were rewarded with a scholarship at the end and during that summer. What was that feeling like with Jack Perry? And after everything was all set, what was the moment like when you called your family to tell them that you got a scholarship?
So the meeting with Jack Perry, it went well. When I got back from summer break, he had called me to his office. I kind of knew what the meeting was going to be about, but I still wasn't sure. So he called me up, and then he just told me I was rewarded the scholarship. It was just good vibes, good energy in the meeting, and it made me feel good, like for me being able to work that hard and actually being able to get the scholarship. And I want to say the phone call with my mom, that's who I called. Like, that was the first person I called. She's like my best friend. As soon as I called her, I told her what happened, and she just started screaming. It was just like a surreal moment, because just the year before that, I was telling her, hey, Mom, if you're able to pay for my tuition this year, I promise you I'll get the scholarship. So being able to honor my word that I told her and get that done, it was an amazing feeling. Probably one of the best feelings, probably top 5 best feelings in my life, to be able to do that and share that moment with her.
And you never look back from there.
Yes.
Your next year, now going into the next season, did you change any of your workout routines or off-season training to kind of show, okay, I made the right decision, but now I got to work harder? Or did you kind of just stick to the same routine that you've done throughout your entire career?
So I want to say I started to learn how to work out. I was working out with an overseas player, Tobin Carberry. He just showed me what to do, like how to work, getting up early in the morning, lifting, running, taking care of your body, and then just building confidence. I feel like confidence is the main thing. Like, the game is 90% mental. So building confidence, learning how to work out, taking care of my body, putting the right thing into my body. And from there, you could just keep becoming a better player.
Sophomore year, you were pretty much coming off the bench. You're playing guys behind like Joel Hernandez, Jerome Frank, Iverson Fleming, and they've been with LIU for a little bit longer. Playing behind those guys, how much did that impact you on the season that you're about to have for your junior year?
I would say it impacted me a lot, because, Jerome Frank, him being such a dynamic scorer, he's a tough assignment for a defender. So him being able to score in so many different ways, and then me going up against that in practice every day, it just helped me become a better player. Iverson, he's just a leader, just knowing how to lead a team, putting the team on his back, getting people to follow him. And then with Joel Hernandez, he's just a player that you just love to play with. He could get after it on both ends of the floor, defender, great defender, great on offense. So it just made that much of an impact on my game, playing against them all the time in practice.
Unfortunately, that year, you guys got eliminated against Robert Morris in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Then about a month or two later, Jack Perry and LIU parted ways. Was there any concern about the impact on your scholarship, not knowing who the new head coach was going to be, and, what the culture was going to be like in the locker room?
Wasn't too much concerned about scholarship or anything. I just wanted to know who was going to be the coach. That was my main concern. I just wanted to know who was going to be our coach so we could get ready to start competing and getting ready for the next season. I wasn't really too concerned about anything else.
I've had a couple other players from LIU talk about different coaches, can change the culture in the locker room on the show. And, Kellogg, he brings a lot of energy. We've seen it on the court, talk about it. How much did he really change the locker room from the second he came to LIU?
Felt like he just treated us like pros. And when you have a coach that understands, like, okay, basketball is the main priority, but we also have a life outside of basketball. So with him being able to just not be too loose, but just giving us freedom to actually have a life outside of basketball. And then when we're on the court, we're doing everything we have to do. And then as far as being inside the locker room, I felt it was just a family. He made us feel at home. He made us feel comfortable. We made him feel comfortable. And I felt that's how we gelled so much that first year he got there.
And how much, because for the most part, the assistant coaches were the same. It was just really the head coach that changed.
Yeah.
How much did he impact you on your development of a player?
It was a big impact. He let me play my game. And then his offense that he runs, just like to get out in open court, get up threes. And then in the half court, if you have a mismatch, we exploit in the mismatch. So it helps my game a lot. I thank him a lot for that.
First year as head coach for Kellogg, you guys finished in 4th place in the NEC standings, but you guys came out on top as Northeast Conference champions, winning the Battle of the Boroughs, beating Wagner. Just talk about that moment, first championship. Talk about just everything going on in that locker room.
That was an amazing night, an amazing game, great atmosphere. Our first championship, that was beautiful. I can't put the thoughts in my head. I can't put it into words. It was just a great night. We just was clicking. We clicked at the right time, I believe. And when you got a group of guys like the team that we had, Julian Batch, Jason Augusto, Joel Hernandez, Julius Van Sowers, Zach Coleman, Raul Frias, Errol Penn. It just, I don't know. I just felt like we just had too many players that it was just unbelievable. It was an unbelievable experience, unbelievable feeling, and it was just a great atmosphere that night.
Senior year comes along now. A lot of the key guys who we mentioned have all graduated at this point.
Yeah.
So now I guess it's safe to say this is your team. And you showed it. You had all NEC first team, all MAC, and everything all possible. It was all in your name, and you carried the team. You led the league in scoring. How much did that impact you? I'm sorry, let me reword the question. How much more responsibility did it take, knowing that did you feel like you had to do all the work on your own, knowing that all those guys that you played with, you all had the same type of game, and or I'm going with the question?
Yeah. So I don't feel like I had to. It was a new group of guys, and we had to learn how to gel together, like all over again. I want to say 5 players left that year, so it was a completely different team, and then we had a couple of transfers come in. I just felt like we wasn't able to figure it out as soon as we was the first year with Coach Callow getting it. That's the only difference I believe it was.
Gotcha. Now you're playing professional basketball over in Germany. How did that come along, and how's it been so far?
It's been, I would say so far it's going okay. The Coach Allen had reached out to me. I want to say back in June, and we talked over the phone. We gelled, we clicked, and we realized that we were similar in some ways. And then once I got here, we never stopped. We've been working hard, practicing hard, practice 2 times a day, getting after it. And then as far as the season, I feel like the season is going okay so far. We're 3-2. I want to say we're in the sixth place in the league right now, but I believe we could keep improving, keep getting better, and by the time playoffs come around, we should be in a good seat and fighting for a championship.
How is the transition moving across country? Going to
it was tough at first. The difference in time, we're 6 hours ahead over here. So like every time my day is probably ending or you guys' days are starting, my day is over. So that's kind of tough. Talking to my family back home, my girlfriend has been not too difficult, but a little difficult. As far as the game over here, I want to say it's not too different. Out of the triple threat, they call the travel call over here a lot. I want to say it's more spacing and more physical over here. That's the only thing I like. That it's more physical though. I like that you could play on defense and be more physical.
Every basketball player's dream is to make it to the NBA. Considering now that you're playing overseas basketball, how much more difficult does it make it for you to show NBA scouts what you have, or do they have NBA scouts coming to your games also to see what you have also over there?
But I actually don't think it's going to be more difficult. I just feel like what team needs me and what team will give me the opportunity. I feel like they always have scouts all over the world looking at players that can help their team. So I just have to continue to do what I do, continue to get better, continue to improve, continue to win not just as a player, but making sure my team win. And whatever comes out of it, comes out of it. And I believe if I get the chance and the opportunity to become an NBA player, it'll be great, and it'll be a long, long dream of mine.
Now I'm gonna go off the court a little bit. We talked about how you asked your mom about paying tuition for that first year, and you promised to get the scholarship.
Yes.
Do you see coaching in your future at any point? And can you also see yourself being as a speaker? Maybe there's a young high school basketball player or any student athlete that really loves to play, but they don't think they're good enough to get a scholarship, and how they should find a way to pursue their dreams and, end up being someone like you one day.
I probably don't want to go towards the coaching part of it, but as far as speaking, yes. Hell yeah, I want to speak. I want to speak to especially people back in my community, New Haven, Connecticut. I want to give back. But as far as the speaking part, I want to speak and tell them, like, even when things are not going your way or things not looking up, you just got to keep fighting, keep trying, keep doing what you have to do to keep improving, to keep getting better. Also, just know that you're gonna have a lot of highs and lows in basketball. So through the highs and lows, try to stay level-headed, try to stay level-headed and do what you have to do so you can get where you want to go. It's going to be a tough task. Nothing's going to be easy. Earn everything that you want, and best of luck.
Raiquan, I appreciate your time. Hopefully one day you can make it to the NBA, and maybe one day you'll be on the cover of NBA 2K. And I wish you the best of luck going forward.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
This is Raiquan Clark. This has been another episode of the Sports Roundup. I'm your host, Brandon Glogau, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Yes, sir.